Good evening, dear viewers, and welcome to a new episode of Business Insider. And tonight we'll be diving into the fascinating world of technology incubators and their transformative role in turning scientific ideas into business, a topic that we hope will be interesting for you. So we'll be talking about the role of technology-based incubators and transferring science into business. And we'll be doing that in the company of our dear distinguished guest, Dr. Ihab Abdel Raouf, and he is the director of the Technology-Based Incubators Office at Helwan University. A very good evening to you, Dr. Abdel Raouf. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. I'm very delighted to be here.
Thank you very much. Allow us, please, Dr. Abdel Raouf, and the viewers first to watch a report that our team has prepared about our main topic for tonight, and then we'll come back and begin our discussion. Let's watch the reports.
Egypt has emerged as a major player in the global startup ecosystem, establishing itself as a vibrant center of innovation and entrepreneurship. Egypt has a distinct edge in attracting both investors and entrepreneurs due to its geographical location as a bridge between Africa and the Middle East. A big and youthful population, government attempts to stimulate entrepreneurship, and a rising pool of creative individuals all contribute to Egypt's startup environment. This ecosystem is strengthened further by the availability of financing possibilities, incubators and accelerators, all of which provide critical assistance to startups. Technology incubators foster tech-oriented entrepreneurs in startups and early development stages of their enterprises. Administrative Capital for Urban Development has launched their first business incubator for emerging companies in the real estate sector in September. This move aimed at providing companies with the best solutions and methods, making the work in property technology effective and beneficial. It is important to use technology effectively to develop a property database that will provide all the information and numbers, allowing the proper understanding and analysis of properties and factors affecting their value and usage. Egypt has 9 business incubators that provide 670 business opportunities to startups.
Thank you very much, dear viewers, for staying with us, and many thanks to Abir Hussein and Rasha Abdel Hamid for this report. And as we said, we'll be talking about how technology incubators can transform scientific ideas into business. And with us is Dr. Ihab Abdel Raouf, a leading technology expert, and he is a professor, a lecturer at Helwan University. Dr. Abdel Raouf, I guess the most logical way to start is by defining, in the simplest way, please, what is a technology-based incubator?
A technology-based incubator is an organization. It could be a service program that supports the early stage startups and entrepreneurs, young researchers, students, to start their own business by refining their ideas and testing the validation of the project, make a feasibility study, offering a range of services. We offer at technology incubators a physical location to host the incubatees, the entrepreneurs. Actually, it looks like a nursery for babies. You know, incubator in a technical term, if we want to grow up some cells on a plate, we put it in certain conditions called also incubator. So to grow up small business to a larger business, we have to start with good conditions, a healthy conditions. So incubators offered a range of services to entrepreneurs and the startups to start the first step to grow their own business.
Right. Technology-based incubators, its abbreviation is TBI.
Yes, TBI.
Can you give us an example, like, for instance, somebody who wants to start a business in, say, in In sports?
In sports. Oh,
Say, or you give us the example.
Okay.
And how would a technology-based incubator help his start or her startup?
Okay. Technology-based incubators are relying on using or leveraging technologies to develop innovative products and services. We start by defining certain problem in certain sector, like in our case, we have at Helwa University, we have 5 incubators in different 5 sectors, in biotechnology, in Egyptian furniture, in sports, in creative industries, and recently in edtech or education technologies.
Right. So give us an example, say,
Okay.
for one of them. Whichever
okay.
one.
Okay.
you
I will
pick for
start
us.
with BioCluster Incubator, the incubator founded by Academy of Scientific Research and Technology. We offer the range of services to produce certain products and services that of national priority in Egypt, something like diagnostic kits, biomaterials, natural products and medicinal plants, bioinformatics services, green hydrogen. It is an interface between biotechnology and energy. So we are opening a call for the entrepreneurs who seeking support to submit a proposal for their ideas, and we filtering these ideas, and a judging committee start to evaluate these ideas and its relevance to the market needs and its visibility, the quality of the team, if they are capable of doing this idea or not. Then we start to give them the support. We have at the incubator 2 types of support: the financial support and non-financial support.
Okay.
The non-financial financial support is a fund. Actually, we take a fund from Academy of Scientific Research and Technology Intellect program, the National Incubator Program. It reaches from 20,000 Egyptian pound till or to 300k Egyptian pound. The startup can spend this money in prototyping, developing minimum viable products. We give them training, specialized mentoring. We give them all the resources allocated at Helwa University, and networking, access to fund, access to investors, organize events, give them an exposure to the media, marketing. All these services help startups to transfer their ideas into innovative product that could be launched in the Egyptian market.
Understood. I'm personally very interested in knowing how can a TBI help in a sports idea that wants to turn to business.
We have Princess Faiza Sports Incubator at Faculty of Physical Education at Gzira Zamalek. Entrepreneurs who want to make a private company in field of sports, something like actually we launched the call, make a hackathon, a competition between the students, and we got an amazing ideas. One of them a scouting application for talents in sports.
Okay.
So they came to us with the idea. We started to discuss with them, the team of the startup, the idea. We make what is called business model canvas. It is something like a small visibility study. We discuss the problem. They have to identify certain problem and make a solution for this problem by their product or service. So for scouting the talents in sports, what is the problem? That we have a lot of talents in Egypt, and we want to explore these talents.
The best, if possible, yes.
If possible, yes.
And we want to geographically
disseminate this sports practice. So it started to develop a mobile application where the talented practitioner can record the video and upload it on the app, and the experts can see the skills of the player, and they start to connect with him. Actually, the fascinating in this app was it was dedicated for girls. You
Wonderful.
know, yes, as a faculty of girls, they are working on women empowerment, and they try to disseminate the culture of practicing sports among girls and ladies. This is one of the ideas. Another one regarding sports, you know, to track the performance of the player in the playground. Players wearing a vest with sensors. Okay, and we got one of the startups want to manufacture locally manufactured this vest with
Great.
the sensors. Actually, we are imported most of the supplies, and one of our goals is to deepen the local manufacturing in Egypt and foster the what's called knowledge-based economy to have the know-how of the products. Another example at also we have a startup actually start to make good success. It's called the Clay Tech. They're developing not a sport but in biotechnology. Excuse me. They are developing a clay, what's called bleaching powder, to recycle oils, industrial oils. This clay or this powder we are imported it from different international markets, and it is a research team at Petroleum Center in collaboration with Hilwan University. We hosted this talented team, and they started to develop their product, and we helped them to establish all the legal issues of the company, to have tax card, to have legal status of the company, and help them to exposure to investors and in the market, and they started to make an initial sales.
Beautifully explained, if I may say so, Dr. Abdel Raouf. So you gave us an example in the sports field, in the biotechnology field. You told us that at Hilwan University you work in 5 sectors.
Yes, okay.
Please give us examples of the 3 other sectors.
Okay. We have had Hilwan University Technology Incubator in Egyptian furniture, led by Dr. Maha Al-Halabi and her team. We focus on the Egyptian furniture in a modern way, to have our culture with good material, new material, not only the manufacturing of the furniture, but also the decorations, lighting systems. We have at Faculty of Applied Arts at Hilwan University a dedicated department, and we have a wonderful fabrication lab. We give an excellent service. We have what's called CNC
and you
machine.
have experts from Damietta.
Of course, we have a connection. Yes, yes. Thank you.
You must have
yes,
that.
thank you for raising this point, because at Egyptian Furniture Incubator we have already a contact with Damietta,
the capital of Egyptian furniture. Yeah.
Exactly, but we want to have a modern introduction for our Egyptian furniture. They have a specialized mentoring for the startup, for the entrepreneurs. We have an excellent staff at the Faculty of Applied Arts that support entrepreneurs to develop innovations. Innovations in design, innovation in material, innovation in way of marketing. All these innovations are supported at the incubator.
Wonderful.
Yes. Also, the manufacturing of the prototype. Each incubator have what's called the fabrication lab, specialized fab lab or fabrication lab. We have an excellent facility, 3D printing, CNC machine. These are the basics required by the designers and the manufacturer of furniture to make their prototype. I can move for another example at the Faculty of Arts. We have what's called Creative Industry Incubator or Creative Arts Incubator. It focuses on the handicrafts. Like
it's amazing. I mean, no, it was really difficult to imagine that TBIs can have such a big role across so many sectors. I mean, but again, the scientists make it possible. Yeah.
We are trying to do so, and we along the last 3 years we have a good success, and we established this incubator with the support of course, our president of Hilwan University, Dr. Said Khandil, and the vice president, Dr. Ahmed Abu Dahab, and all the deans of these faculties and the wonderful teams. Regarding turning back to the Faculty of Arts Education, they are working in 4 sectors: textiles, leather goods, wood goods also. And they have the handicrafts, all these handicrafts. And the team led by Dr. Samah, they are working on supporting women entrepreneurs, even in villages, in cooperation with the National Council for Women and Childhood. Make it training, workshops. All these support are available, and we are a governmental university, so all this range of services are available. It's for free. for that entrepreneurs. But if they are supported, we can offer some services or with paid services.
Great.
But we have to be in a good area, judged, documented, is a good team, valid, verified. All these aspects should be in the area that we support.
Wonderful. Dr. Abdul Raouf, a couple of sectors remain, I guess.
The next sector is in the education technology.
Yeah.
You know, in the time of Corona, we sat at home and we start to use all the platforms for the education, Microsoft Teams and all the other applications. We are supporting at Hello University the entrepreneurs in this sector because it is the very good scalability of the mobile apps and the educational platforms to conduct the educational services using mobile applications and platforms to something like teaching programming language or coding for children. All types of education are supported, and in this aspect we have a collaboration with we are starting to build a collaboration with Adventure, one of the leading incubators in Egypt, private sector, in EdTech.
Okay. And the final sector?
The final sector was actually the biotechnology. We started to have a biotechnology.
Okay.
Inside biotechnology, there is actually 3 sectors. I need to give an account in this. Biotechnology, biomedical systems, and the food and beverage technology. Food sector is very important, so we are supporting also startups working in food processing, developing natural ingredients for food, healthy alternative for junk food.
And how can a TBI help in this?
Okay. We have already an incubated company called Granos. They are offering a healthy food via a platform. So we provided already the startup with
Helwan
the
University.
At Helwan University, the fund. We're hosting their premises, and we gave them the legal support and the training. And now we are hosting the website of Granos. This company is a startup at governmental base, so it is not not an advertising.
Okay.
They are delivering nutrition services via the platform and the mobile app. Also, some snacks, healthy snacks like nuts to gyms and nutritionists. So we are providing them by all the economic status of the company and access to investment and supporting them to attend a lot of exhibitions and entrepreneurship events.
Wonderful, Dr. Abdul Raouf. So if I asked you what are the services, generally speaking, that incubators provide to startups. I mean, you explained it very well, really, regarding all of the sectors.
Yes, I will sum up. We have 3 stages of the incubation process: pre-incubation and incubation, post-incubation.
If the first one is pre, the last one must be post.
Okay. In the pre-incubation phase, we are approaching anyone who has an idea. We push the students to think. What is wonderful in the entrepreneurship, it is leverage the critical thinking abilities of the students, because the entrepreneur should identify a problem, then develop a solution. So in
I just want to get something clear. I mean, is the entrepreneur the one that approaches you, or are you the one looking for entrepreneurs to attract?
We are looking for each other. We announce our service, and entrepreneurs are looking for enablers. Okay. And we want
so it's a two-way traffic.
Yes, two-way traffic. At the pre-incubation, we are making info sessions, awareness sessions to improve our outreach to students, researchers, and entrepreneurs inside the university and outside the university. In the incubation phase, we are different arrays of services, starting with the fund and the financial and the non-financial services. The non-financial services is very important as financial services. because developing a feasibility study is very important. Make a market research is very important to identify the customer need, to approach, to develop the MVP, to have a final product. All these services are given at the incubator. Access to investors, pitching in front of investors, venture capitals, angel investors. All these range of services are offered at the incubation phase. It takes about from 6 to 9 months, could be 1 year. The pre-incubation phase could be 3 months, and the post-incubation phase, we are continuing the journey with the entrepreneur and the startup.
Yeah.
We're helping them in marketing, more access to more investment, securing more investment, more exposure to national and international markets. And nowadays we are submitting a project to one of the international funding agencies to make what's called investment readiness program for startups called BioGreen program to make accessible fund to startups who buzz from all these stages. To start with a new term called accelerators. We have an incubators for the baby stage, and once you are on feet, we can accelerate your growth. So we are announcing with your program.
Yeah, wonderful. So what can you tell us about the accelerators?
Okay, accelerators is a complementary body after the incubator process. But as an incubator, we can launch an acceleration program, and now we are planning to launch an acceleration program in health tech and green technologies. We were focused on biotechnologies because biotechnology is a very wide term. There is agricultural biotechnology, industrial biotechnology, environmental biotechnology, medical biotechnology, and green technologies like all green business like green energy, green manufacturing.
Seems like a booming field,
Yes.
Dr. Abdulraouf.
Yeah,
It seems this field will grow exponentially in the upcoming phase.
Actually, it is the upcoming. We are in the era.
You are already growing
Yes,
exponentially.
we are in the era of the entrepreneurship. At Ministry of Higher Education, the last presentation by His Excellency Minister Ayman Ashur was about how to move from lab to market. On all levels, from the minister to bottom of the pyramid, we are eager to support entrepreneurship. Why? You know, all the big companies start small, and we want to support these small companies to have a large number of small companies, so startup and SMEs.
This drives the economy. I mean, this is very good for the national economy, and many of the world's biggest economies are their backbone really
Small and medium enterprises from one side, and the other side is the startups. Some of the startups within years, one of the main features of the startups, they have what's called the scalability of their business. So they can start with $10,000, and after 3-4 years they can reach to millions. Why? Because the business model, a valid business model, good support, good team, can go further and further for very high growth.
The foundation here, you're just explaining to us that the ones that can achieve this must have the correct model or the innovative one or a very strong foundation.
Yes.
Just like building a just like buildings.
Yes,
just
like, yes.
Yeah, just like.
Yes.
So I guess who are the most successful in leading this incubator business? I mean, those who study. I mean, those who are study math, IT, business.
Okay.
Great. You tell us.
Thank you for this question. Actually, we are from different disciplines. From engineering side, I'm science or scientist. Of course, from business side. And now we have what's called a sector-specific incubators. So on the top of the incubator, the leader of the incubator should be technically understand the process or the technical side of the products. So in our furniture, we have on the top a specialist professor in Egyptian furniture. And in each sector, we have a
Understood.
specialist, okay? But we took a lot of training. Actually, it's offered by a program called Rouad 2030 from Ministry of Planning. I got a certified incubator manager certificate. Went different training. So to be an incubator manager should be well prepared, you and all the team. We just finished some months ago a training at Academy of Arab Transport and Maritime.
Yes.
We got an excellent program called Repel program, and we have an exposure to international incubators, international experts. So we are equipped actually with all the knowledge and the skills required to manage as incubator, and we are very open to the ecosystem, and now we start to build a good name in the ecosystem in Egypt.
Great, Dr. Abdel Raouf. How can TBI's technology-based incubators measure their success?
We have to have an impact, and we have certain key performance indicators. On one of them, or on the top, a number of jobs created. We want to open a new business with a new jobs. So the first is number of jobs created. The second of number of startups graduated successfully graduated from the incubator. The number of ideas applied, number of applicants submitted a proposal for the incubator. The fund raised by the startups. Because we support the startup to raise a seed fund or pre-seed stage, but they have to still grow. The time to launch, the time that every startup took to launch their services, as it shorter is better.
Of course.
Okay. Another KPI, the fund, the networking and the exposure for the ecosystem, of course the sales of the startup and the healthy numbers of the startup. All these are KPIs that we are working to improve and working to achieve.
Wonderful. But tell us about the long-term vision for TBIs. I mean, tell us where TBIs were before talking about the long-term vision.
Okay.
Tell us when did this become very important to business, technology-based incubators? When specifically? I mean, this revolution, if I may say so.
Actually,
when did it happen?
Okay, actually, this revolution started at Silicon Valley at 1950. Okay.
Everything starts in Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley. Okay. But in last decade. Maybe started at 2014 and maybe at 2010 leading incubators that opened at American University in Cairo. Academy of Scientific Research and Technology launched a lot of incubators at governmental universities and ministries and research centers. So in last decade, especially at last 10 years, there is an exponential, not growth, but a more attraction, more to support entrepreneurs.
This is concerning Egypt.
Concerning Egypt, yes.
Globally, when did this become so important?
You know, we starting with the Google, Steve Jobs, Apple, Microsoft.
You got it.
All this era of transforming, because entrepreneurship is scaled up by the technology. Moving from the what's called the fourth revolution into the fourth industrial revolution with the IT.
Okay. And how do we compare, in your view, I mean, you're an expert in this field, how do we compare regionally, continentally, globally? How are we faring?
Actually, we are very competitive in Egypt. Just last week, Egypt earned about 3 prizes. The best expert in the continent, the African continent, Dr. Nabil Shalabi. We are very proud of to having Dr. Nabil from Mansoura. The best investor in African continent, it was Adventure. It is a company in Egypt. And another startup won a prize. we have a very, very competitive situation. Also, AUC Venture Lab won the prize, the best incubator in Africa, I think 2 years ago. So we have a very competitive web because we have everything. We have the talents, we have the manpower, which is the talent. We have a supportive system. We started to have a mature ecosystem. You know, ecosystem means the startups, entrepreneurs, the enablers, incubators inside universities, incubators outside, private incubators. We have investors, angel investors, venture capitals. So the Egyptian ecosystem, I think, it is now reaching the maturity level that support startups.
It's great to hear.
Yes, and now we have, I want to add
yes, please.
some point. We have what's called a working group, focus group, directly reported to the Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli. This group composed of all these key players in the ecosystem, entrepreneurs, enabling bodies, senators in the parliament, all are working together to solve any obstacles.
I was just going to ask you about the challenges or, or the obstacles.
Okay, of course it is a very hard journey to start a new business, especially in the critical situations that we are living globally. But in each stage there is a challenge. In the brain incubation, the challenge is how to select the right solution for, the right problem to tackle, how to study the problem, how to build a good team. In the incubation phase, we have some challenges regarding
funding.
Okay, funding, securing, you know, now funding is not that much a problem.
Good.
There is a lot of now supporting agency.
Good.
But we have to solve some bureaucratic issues in our laws, and actually there is called investment encouragement law that issued at 2018 that supports universities to start spin-off and the startups. But we have to make more efforts to resolve all the bureaucratic issues.
Okay. In the post, what about challenges in the post?
You know, there is in each company what's called the big company research and development, or sector of R&D.
Right.
When we need to support the D, we have a lot of research. We have a very competitive research, published in Q1 and Q2 journals, highly impacted journals, but we want to focus on the development. The development means the prototyping, to translate these prototypes to final products. So in post, we have a challenge in marketing, okay? How to access to markets. And now there is a certain service from incubators to make more exposure for the startups, Egyptian startups, to, like, for example, the Gulf market, the African market, even the international markets. So we have a challenge in bureaucracy, in marketing, but the very beginning, the most challenge is have good idea with the perfect team.
Dr. Abdulraouf, I'm sure you've thought of this before, or I'm not sure if you've been asked about it, but I'm sure you thought about it. What is more difficult? What is a more difficult process? The incubators process or the accelerators process?
Okay. Actually, yes, okay. The incubator, I think it is much more harder.
Okay.
Because it is the birth.
Okay.
You know, it is the delivery of the baby.
Okay.
Because number of incubators fall in what's called valley of death. Not our
understood. Yeah.
Continuous journey.
So percentage-wise, the rate of success of of the babies.
Okay, but don't be shocked. Okay.
No, I won't.
10%.
Yeah.
Okay. So
that's what I expected.
Yes,
I mean,
because from
I expected less actually.
Yes. From each 10 startups, one startup will continue to grow to seek to seek or can raise Series A, B funds.
Yes, and need accelerators and so on. Yeah.
It's something like a natural selection process. It is
Yeah.
a race, you know.
Yeah.
So who will reach to the end? There is no end.
But I'm sure you learn. I mean,
Yes,
you scientists learn a lot from the
course. It is the
the
international
9
record.
others. Yeah.
So
It's an international percentage
yes.
rate of success.
Yes, but the mission of the incubator is to minimize the risk of failure. Okay, to minimize the risk of failure, and by supporting all these supporting maneuvers like mentoring, training, workshops, market research, fund access to investor pitching, all this can reduce or minimize
Losses.
the losses or risk.
Finally, Dr. Abdul Raouf, the long-term vision for TBIs, technology-based incubators, how do you see it in the
Okay, actually,
upcoming period?
yes, we aim to be an attractive ecosystem for talented entrepreneurs in Cairo and Egypt and regionally in the future, to provide an excellent service to help all talented entrepreneurs to develop their own business.
Dr. Ihab Abdul Raouf, the director of the Technology-Based Incubators Office at Halwan University. It's been informative. I really enjoyed being with you. Thank you very much, Dr. Ihab Abdul Raouf, the director of Technology-Based Incubators Office, Halwan University. Hope to see you again.
It was a very great pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Abdul Raouf, and thank you, dear viewers, for watching Business Insider. I'm Mohammed Abdelrahim, thanking you for watching us, and please stay with Nile TV International. Goodbye.